Hello, welcome to my channel, crafty friends. I am Donna, the creator of these DIYs. If you're already one of my crafty friends, welcome back and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. And if you're new here, welcome and please consider joining my crafty family and subscribing. Now, if you like trash to treasures, thrift flips, all types of DIYs from fake bakes, holiday decor, home decor in many styles, from glam to shabby chic to farmhouse, and coming soon to my channel, jewelry and resin and candle making. My specialty is in jewelry teaching and design. That's what I'm certified in. And if any of these interest you, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for upcoming videos. God bless to you all, my lovely crafty friends. Now let's discuss today's collaboration. Now they came up with a doozy on this one on Just Our Imagination. I'm telling you. Anyhow, Brenda, the host, is from Rustic and Lace DIYs. The other host is Kathy Joe DIYs. And the co-host is Jackie Burns Creation. These three women came up with, you would not believe, we have to use plungers, rubber stamps, and plastic fencing, or any type of fencing, I think. I think it's just plastic, on these DIYs. So, that's what I had to come up with. So, let's get on to my DIY number one, using the plunger. So here I have my plunger, and what I'm using it for is going to be way too long. So I'm going to take my miter box here, and take my plunger apart, and I'm going to cut down the wooden dowel on this plunger. You will not believe what I am making with this, but I'm going to just tell you ahead of time because it's already in the front on my thumbnail. I am making a chandelier. Yes, you heard me right. I am making a light that's actually hanging from my kitchen ceiling at this moment over top of my island. I've been wanting to do this for a while. When we had to do this plunger, I thought this would be perfect. So I have this metallic silver spray paint, and I gave it a coat of that spray paint, sort of let it dry. It's not completely dried. And I'm going to take my drill a hole in the top, and add an eye hook into the very center of the wooden dowel, or the wooden handle of the plunger. We had to use both parts in this DIY, which I did. I wanted to do 2 DIYs for this one, but I just didn't have time, so I had to have that one in another video, because I still have to finish the fencing and the the rubber stamp one. And this one took me a very long time. So here I have a plastic tray from Dollar Tree, and I am drawing out the diagram so you guys can be able to see exactly how this is done, and it will be explained as we go along. So on this diagram, I marked where each little V mark goes up on the platter. And then I put a little dot with a black marker each place I'm going to make a hole on the platter. And during this whole video, I'm going to keep updating this piece of paper here of what I do, and then I'm going to take a picture of it at the end after the final reveal, so you can screenshot it and make a copy if you would like to make this. So here I just have a piece of mirror vinyl paper, I actually got this off Amazon, but you could save anything or just use anything from Dollar Tree, one of them silver trays, and cut it. But I'm just going to put it here in place and take this, after I get this wrinkle out. I did not do that. It came like this. And I'm just going to take this little scraper here and rub it along the edge to get a roundabout marking of where I need to cut the sides. So I'm just scoring it. And that's just like a rough estimate because, you know, that's like right on the edge. And in order to fit in, I have to cut it smaller. Which technically it really didn't even matter considering I'm not putting it on the outside. I don't know. Wasn't really thinking. So here I decided to take a black permanent marker to get the exact dimensions. And I did this pretty quickly and hurry up and rubbed it on there and rubbed it down. And it did give a really light mark so I could go and see where I needed to cut. I couldn't think what to use. I was going to use chalk, but the chalk wasn't working. I was going to use a rubber stamp, but that wasn't working. So, this is a handy dandy permanent marker, Sharpie. So now I'm just applying it on the inside of the platter. Because that's where the light's going to go, on the inside. And so that'll help reflect the light down. Now I have my soldering iron here. So I'll move everything out of my way so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And I try my very best on zooming in and out so you can see everything that has to be done. So for some reason my soldering iron wasn't hot enough yet. So I'm going to take my little diagram here and show you guys exactly where I made my markings on the platter. So we have one in each center on the top. And then one in each center on the sides and one in each corner. And I think it went by yeah, by looking here, it's the fourth triangle on the front and the back that I put a hole. Or that I'm going to put a hole, sorry. So I'm just taking my solder iron and putting a hole through it. And I'm going to take my little pokey tool here to make sure the hole goes all the way through. Because sometimes once you punch it through and bring it back out, it doesn't go all the way through. And plus it's got to be a decent size to fit all the rings in. So I'm just adding all the holes that I showed you. See what I'm telling you, there's 4. Count over 4 and another hole on both sides. So I'm showing you exactly as every place I just put a hole. So not only is it on the paper, it's also there. So here I have these crystals I got from Amazon. They come, oh god, I think like 18 or 20. It's a good bit of them. Really cheap. And then I have some garland I got from Amazon. And I have a box of crystals here I got from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to take 4 large ones out of that package. They were in the wedding section. You can get crystals at Hobby Lobby. But, not the garland. The garland you would have to get off of Amazon. And I just type in chandelier crystals. But if you're interested, I can put the link in there below. It might even be under one of my other videos. If you want to know, just ask me. So here's the crystal garland. They come with jump rings and octagon shaped little crystals. They're not real crystals, they're plastic. And here I am going to update as I go along. And I also added in on my video of how many of each crystals and all I used. So we have many references here. I have me drawing it out on a piece of paper, me showing you, and then me also showing it in the pop-ups along the way. So here we're going to do from the center to the second hole on the corner, from the center to the corner. And I could have swore I put it in here, but if not, it's 12 octagon and 13 jump rings. And we're going to need 4 sets. And that should pop up on the screen in a few minutes. So each end must have a jump ring. I apologize, that is wrong. It's 12 octagon and 13 jump rings from the center to the corner of the front and the back. And then we're going to add another one in the very center. And we're going to link that to the corner hole we added. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. In advance, I want to apologize. This video is very long. You might have to watch it in several pieces, especially if you want to make this. Any of these DIYs, or save it. Because in order for me to show you guys how to make it, I have to show you step by step. I just can't whiz through it. So we got our 4 pieces on right now. Now I'm debating what to do next and how I'm going to do my sides. So I'm just getting my pieces ready. If you make any of my pieces that are either my table pieces that are crystal chandeliers or any of my floral pieces, you'll be doing the same thing as me, counting over and over again. So we got 4 strands here. And you want to update it on my piece of paper. We're going to do 2 loops on each side, just like we did on the front. And that is 9 octagon, 10 jump rings from corner to center. And you will need 4 sets of them. Now, I don't know how to do the printout, like if I drew this up where you guys could print it out. If anybody knows how to do that, let me know and I'll be happy to learn to do it and be able to share it with you guys. Otherwise, The only thing I know to do right this second is just put a photo on here at the end of the final reveal, and you guys can take a picture of it or screenshot it. So I'm just adding my crystals onto the corner of this platter from the Dollar Tree and hooking it into the center. It's really not that hard. It's just me balancing it on top of this base that I'm using here, so you guys can see. And so it's sliding all around. So far we have 2 loops on the front, 2 loops on the back, 2 loops on the one side, and we're going to have 2 loops on this side. So we have 8 loops so far. And now we're going to that second hole. Not from the center, but the second one over. Adding our crystal in, we're going to drop it back behind the loop we made. And then we're going to hook it in to the hole. And that's what it looks like so far. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you need two sets of 17 octagon and 18 jump rings to do them 2 loops. I'm also writing this down for my reference and for you guys. That way if anybody has a question, I can answer it. If I want to remake this, I can. So now we're, again, you add it on, drop it behind, bring it up, and hook it on. We want that loop behind the front 2 loops, if that makes any sense. See, so it's behind it. And that's what it looks like so far. All 4 sides done with that part. Now, planning this out, the video is recording. So now we have our 2 loops on the sides. So now I'm going to add another string of the garland to make one long loop all the way across. And that is 19 octagon and 20 jump rings on both sides from corner to corner. I'm hoping this really helps you guys out, because I know in the beginning when I first started YouTube, I did my chandelier flower centerpieces, and I look back on it and it's really hard to comprehend and understand, and I want to apologize now. I am going to redo them videos because they are confusing, and so this was the best way I could figure to describe it to you guys, is visually show you but also draw it out and put it up on the screen now that I know how to do all this. Back then, I didn't know how to do voiceovers, I didn't know how to add in anything on my videos, I just knew how to press record and upload, and that was it. So I hope this video is a lot better for all my glam followers that joined me back in the day when I made my very first chandelier candelabra centerpiece, which I have that one. I have 2 matching candle holders to them, and I also made a third one, a grand elegant chandelier centerpiece, which I'm going to be making a matching table to soon, which is why I'm also writing this all out. And drawing this diagram. Now I'm just wondering if I should add more, what I'm going to do. As I said, I'm playing this out as it's recording. That's how I do all my glam videos. So now I'm going to take these crystals that I got from Amazon, really cheap. They already come like this. You need 1 teardrop crystal in the center and on all four sides. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add one in the front center, one on the side in the center, now one in the back in the center, and then one on this side in the center. I will say this camera view is better than when I first started out. Before, you couldn't tell exactly where the holes were, my hands were in the way. And I really didn't even know how this video was going to turn out, but I could see, you can see through the plastic, which is great, even though I had that mirror reflective paper on the inside. So I'm just writing my little notes of what I just added, the little teardrop chandelier crystal. And you need 4 of them for that one. I end up using 8 of them. Eight of the small ones, 4 of the large. So now we're going to do our corners. I'm just going to figure out how long I want it. I want my corners longer than all of them. So we're going to make 4 sets of these. Again, I apologize. My husband's running in and out. My dog is snoring. I think this was 9. I can't remember. Hopefully it'll pop up. I saw something pop up, but I was talking about the dog snoring here. But these are the large crystals I got from AC Moore. AC Moore. Good God, they don't even exist anymore. I wish. Hobby Lobby. Okay, so 1 large teardrop. Yeah, 9 octagon and 10 jump rings. And we need 4 sets of them. So hopefully you'll be able to understand from watching this and from my paper. So I'm just going to add 1 on each one on my corners. Now when I add these on the corners, you see you already got 2 jump rings. I'm making sure I add this in between them 2 jump rings. I was putting there when I get to 1K subscribers, I can offer classes on how to make these type of DIYs, and I can give you guys a list of the supplies, and we do live videos, one-on-one classes. for those that are interested. I'll be happy to teach you guys how to do any of my DIYs, especially when it comes to all my crystal pieces that I do. I also want to be able to teach jewelry classes and all too. If you're local, you can come to my house, I can come to yours. Or we can do it through Zoom. So now I decided I want to add some more. So I'm counting over 2 more of the triangles and adding a hole. So 1, 2. So it's 2 lines down. And I'm going to make sure I put my little marking on my paper. Exactly the big round black dot is where the holes are marking. Now I'm just trying to figure out how long I want them. The one in the middle is shorter. The one on the end is long. So I decided to make this one in between those 2 lengths. So it's 1 teardrop, 7 octagon, 8 jump rings. A set of 4 we're going to need. My dog is pushing me out of the bed. Scarlett, can you move over? You're squishing me. So now we're going to add those ones into our holes we just made. Now I had this motion light, LED motion light I got from Amazon. And I'm going to install that. I bought these a while ago to put up on my ceiling, and I just never got a chance to do it. That way I don't have to flick switches. And I don't have a light over my island, so this works out perfect. So I have some of this bling wrap here. Bling diamond wrap. And I'm just going to cover up the edges with it. But I realized that I kept going on and on, that I had to cut out where the center part was in the button. And that would be right here. First I cut out where the switches were, and I'm like, okay. But it says something here, the directions and all, and the motion part. So I went through all this for nothing, because I had to take it off, so I could see which way it was on and off, and which way was motion. For the switch. And then I had to cut off where the beam would be, so the diamond wrap wouldn't be in the way. So now I'm just going to hot glue it. When you get to your corner, just give it 2 little slits, press down the center, and like you're wrapping a present. And that way it'll lay flat. And yep, I burnt myself. Now I got the finger protector on. You always know when I burn myself, because then I grab the finger protector. That's a high temp glue gun, and that thing gets hot. So we're just going to finish up covering up the edges of this. Then I have some industrial strength Velcro. That's all I have on hand that I'm going to use to be able to attach this to my light fixtures. Yeah. That's what I'm going to call it. My light fixture. So I can take it up and down to replace the batteries. They do come with the plate you can put on your wall, but I think that would have been too difficult. It'd be easier just to unvelcro it than to try to screw it on and off the plate. But you can use any little motion lights or battery operated lights that you wish, or even a little push light from Dollar Tree. I'm just showing you my way of how I'm doing it. You can do it any way you would like. We all craft and do things different. Just giving you ideas. Now we have our little platter back here. And we're going to star our light. Actually, I didn't even worry about covering up like the Velcro. You can't even see it hanging up. Now we gotta get our plunger. So I have a new tube E6000 here. And my plunger, I painted a long time ago, but it's cold in my basement, so it was not completely dry, and you will see that in this video. I don't even know why I even fixed it, because then I end up changing my mind as always. I was going to leave it like this, but I went way further. But you can leave it exactly like this if you like. Or you can come up with ideas like I did. I really like how mine turned out. Can't even tell I used a plunger. And I didn't even think of exactly getting the right center before I put this plunger in place. I was still a little off and had to move it. And that's when I realized the paint was still wet. It's not wet on the wood, it's wet on the rubber part. Like my fingerprints went into it. I don't know. I fixed it, it's all that matters. So I got my E6000 for my permanent hold and my hot glue for my temporary quick hold until my E6000 dries. Now I gotta fix my mess. So I got my spray paint back out and a paper towel, and I'm just trying not to damage the plastic and cover up my fingerprints. And just cleaning it just in case there's any overspray with some rubbing alcohol again. And here I have some mirror tiles. I decided I'm telling you, wait 24 hours. I did not wait 24 hours. I went and moved on. Now I'm upstairs in my kitchen. I'm adding some mirror tiles to just cover up this plunger and make it look a little bit better. Don't mind my PJs. I've been crafting all night long. I always craft at night. When the dogs are sleeping, the husband's sleeping, no one to bother me. Then I'm going to take some of the same diamond wrap and I'm going to cover up this whole handle of this plunger. I decided to do all this at the last minute. So I'm just going to wrap the whole entire handle of this plunger. And I'm not worrying about getting it on perfect because you're not going to really see it that much anyhow because I'm adding more to it. So I just finished adding my diamond wrap, just like that. Making sure it's secured better at the bottom. Now I have this glass piece that I got. I don't know where I got it from. One of the thrift stores. It's one of them little light sconces. And I'm going to add that to it. I'm just trying to get it lined up with the glass. That one section of mirror kept moving, so I gotta hot glue it into place. I kept wanting to lift up. I guess because the plunger isn't completely flat. It goes, inward. So once I get this exactly where I want it, I'm just going to tack it down with a little bit of hot glue. Here I have, it's actually from Dollar Tree, one of them salt shakers that are plastic. And I took my hot iron and cut a hole at the bottom. And I'm just going to secure that. Believe it or not, once you took the top off to the salt shaker, it fit right in the opening of that. Then I have one of these Dollar Tree bowls I did the same thing with. Melted a hole in it. And I'm going to add that to the top. And hot glue that in place. So now you can't even tell I used a plunger. No one knows but who's watching this video. And here's the final reveal. I put a hook in my ceiling and just put the eye hook on it. And that's what it looks like. I think it's super pretty. Now I have a nice little light. Look, can't even tell it's a plunger. I have a nice little light right above my island now. Tell me what you think. If you like it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Now we'll get to the next DIY. Now, here is the pictures that I promised. Now to DIY number 2. This fencing. Let me just say this was a challenge, but here I have 2 boxes, wooden boxes I got from Dollartree. The only size I could find, and I'm using Waverly chalk paint in black, and I'm going to give them both a quick coat of this paint so we can move on. And get to this fencing, which let me tell you was a challenge. I cannot wait to see everybody else's video on how they did these fencing. I think I did my DIYs in order from best to good to not so great. I don't know. The stamp one, I really was not too sure what to do. But here I have my Dollar Tree fencing, and you're going to see the struggle. It's a real struggle. First, I'm taking my wire cutters here. That worked great on just cutting off the little hard pieces because they're pretty thick. Tried a razor blade technique. I saw people use a razor blade, a box cutter, but that wasn't working. Here I decided to use my soldering iron, see if that would work. Bad idea. it was really melting it. So then I get out these Brisker, I guess fabric cutters, I don't know. And that wasn't working great. You see I'm going all crooked and all. That wasn't working great either. So there's 2 ways I tried. Actually 3. Not going too great. I was going to try again with them, but I said forget it. I'm just going to pull out my Brisker scissors and I'm just going to cut this sucker. And that's what I did. Oh, I did not. I'm telling you, the struggle was real. The struggle was really real. I have so many DIYs I want to do with these paintings. I bought many pieces. I think if I would have found, which I could not find, or I don't know where it is, like, all the attachments are there, but the tool isn't. It's one of them wood burning tools that has all the attachments to it, and I apologize, the fence is hitting the camera stand. But if I would have had that wood burning tool, it has a razor blade part in it, and that razor blade would heat up and melt. That would have worked perfect. But I do not know where it is. I might have to order another one. So if you have one of them tools, I recommend using that with the razor blade. And the razor blade part is used for cutting stencils. I think that would have worked great. But the scissors work for now. I don't know. I can't wait to see everybody else's video. So, I don't know if I said it or not. If I haven't, please check out the playlist in my description box below to watch everybody else's creations that they came up with using these 3 items, which, let me tell you, was a challenge. I didn't think it was going to be a challenge. I am telling you, I had so many ideas for this fencing. I was going to do what I'm doing here. I have this really pretty cross I want to do. I had, this, which I'm still going to do. I'm going to order a tool and see how everybody else does it. Cuts them the best, but I wanted to do this really pretty cross, and I wanted to do a wall mirror, and I bought the fencing to do these 2 DIYs, so I'm going to do them. Just not in this video. This video is long enough. It took me forever to do the light alone, and then this DIY and the next one. I have been really crafting for 10 hours. Almost 10 hours. No, I wouldn't say 10. About 9, because that's right. I did my voiceover in the beginning editing. So here, I'm just hot gluing it together. And we're going to make it into a box. And this is more of a farmhouse DIY. spring farmhouse DIY here. So I just go in and secure. Make sure it's secured better with my glue gun. And I did speed this up, trying to make this video as short as possible. Especially when I got to this one. And with the hot glue gun, I just went in and filled in all the little gaps. And then I took my Weebly chalk paint and just painted over the hot glue. And the cut pieces of fencing so you didn't see it. Just gave it a touch up to make it look decent. And if I saw any gaps, just fill it in with the hot glue. Putting it together is easy. It was cutting it was the you know what. Not with the scissors though, but I don't like the way it turned out. I really think a hot razor blade would have done a great job. So I'm just touching up the inside now with the paint. Now I'm taking my wooden boxes here. I grabbed 2 candles, some flowers. I'm going to find my best side on my little fencing here, and that's going to be my front. I don't know if anybody else had problems, but I had some pieces break, as you saw. I just glued them back together, but I just cannot wait to see everybody's comments on how they did and on their videos. But when I'm done this voiceover, I'm going to Amazon and order myself a new tool so I can finish my other DIYs that I wanted to do with these fencing. So I'm just hot gluing my box in place. And I got some Jenga blocks that I already had painted black. And I'm just filling in the space because you see there's a gap. Because the box wasn't big as my square when I put the fencing together. So I'm just gluing 2 Jenga blocks together and gluing it to the box and to the fence to fill in that gap and to secure it better. Now, if you find the perfect size box at Dollar Tree, that would be great, but I couldn't. This is the only 2 I found. And I really don't care about the back, because that's the back. You're not going to see it once I add everything anyhow. So I have some lamb's ear here that I got from Dollar General for $1. I'm just cutting them into pieces because I only got one left. So I'm using my last bit of spring flowers in this DIY. I even went back to Walmart for more of the crocuses and they don't have it anymore. I'm so mad. They're so pretty. If I see them again, I'm going to grab them. This is my last bit I'm putting in the back here of these spring crocus flowers. I had just enough for this DIY. And I have a little bit of this lavender left. And I'm adding that in. Then I decide to go and grab my Spanish moss. Oh boy, I got the screen flickering all around, sorry. So here I'm adding in the Spanish moss. Just filling in through the back. Adding a little bit in the front. And that's it. This DIY is done. And then ready for the final review. Here's the final reveal of it. Cute farmhouse style. Matches all my decor that I've been making. So I added some of my decor in on the display. In my last video, I did forget to add them candles in my photo on my final reveal. So there they are. Now DIY number 3, these stamps. Oh, I got a glass bottle here. And some stamp sets I bought a long time ago. It came with die cuts and everything. I think they're by Heroes Art. And I wanted to do bottles with these. And here's the other problem. Besides my other tool missing, I don't even know where my stamp blocks or nothing are right now. Because I'm still moving my craft room and organizing. Actually, I should say organizing right now. But I haven't gotten to that part. I'm still... that's another video. So I was going to use this parrot one. I changed my mind. That's going to be too difficult and probably hard to see on this bottle. So we're going with the flowers. Now this didn't even make any sense to me because it's showing like 3 different colored pinks. And darn thing didn't even come with 3 pinks. Nice stamp set, that stamp and die set though. I would definitely say for this set I would have to make myself a Misty. Which that'll be another video too. So here I am looking like, hello. It's saying this color, that color equals that. And I'm like, okay, well, there's only 2 pink, not 3. Didn't make any sense. Why wouldn't it give you it all? Whole kit you pay for, but they don't give you 1 color. I don't know. So I'm just picking a couple leaves out and a couple of the flowers. And then this little sign says, "Hello, beautiful." Little words. So I'm trying to get up close so you guys can see. Not realizing also that I go out of frame. The stamp set's sitting there. And that's blocking. And I really should have had a different background. And I don't have a stamp up. But then again, who knows? If there's something out there you can put stamps on that where it would bend, well, what would work? Anybody have an idea? I mean, they did stick to my finger because they're brand new. But, like, what else would stamps stick to besides an acrylic block? Especially if you're stamping bottles. If anybody has any tips, let me know. Need something that can bend. Like your hand does. I mean, my hand did fine, but there's gotta be something out there I don't know about. Who knows, maybe I'll see it in somebody else's video. I don't know. I'm curious what people are going to do with stamps. But there's so many ideas you can do with stamps. I mean, they can be making signs or anything. I decided to decorate a bottle. And this is really, really good ink. So I'm just adding 2 different flowers in 2 different colors, and then 2 different types of leaves in 2 different colors. Just randomly on the front. I didn't do the whole bottom. I will. Let it dry. You'll see how good the ink is when I go to clean it. It doesn't even want to wipe off. Like it's stained these rubber stamps. And the reason why I say there's gotta be something else out there if you know, because when I went to do the Hello Beautiful wording, it was really long, and the word beautiful was really tiny. You see it on the stamp set right there, how little it gets. And so, I had trouble doing it, and you're not going to see it in this video because I, went out of frame. I was holding the bottle up close to me, trying to hold this long little stamp on my hand to get it in place on this bottle. So yeah, my stamps are stained now, but I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Good ink, I guess. Work better than this black one I'm getting ready to use. See what I mean? Like the word's so long. So the hello turned out great. The word beautiful didn't. See, and I was going to hold it up where you could see it, but I wouldn't be able to hold the stamp. It wouldn't stay on my fingers. And I wouldn't be able to get it. And here I am trying to fix it because the end of the word beautiful did not come out. So I apologize you can't see that part. And it's even really hard to see it in the final reveal. This says hello beautiful on it because this ink pad sucks. And you see how long and little that stamp is? There's gotta be a solution. So anyhow, now I'm gonna I have a cork bottle light that I have bought off Amazon. I bought a whole kit of while. So I'm gonna take one of these LED cork lights and add to my bottle. I think the Dollar Tree even sells them now. And I'm just twirling it in my finger to give it a little different design as it goes in. And then here's the final reveal. Here I have the flash on, then I turn it off because I didn't know you'd be able to see it. And you'll be able to tell when I turn the flash off. And I was trying to show you where it says hello beautiful. You see it a little bit on the top, but not really because of the background. See, there's where I just turned the flash off. And there is my stamped bottle. Thanks for watching. Sending crafty hugs to all my crafty friends. Please remember to like and subscribe.